What's up, guys? Today we are going to be replacing some shocks on this Super Duty here, this beautiful Super Duty. Should be pretty simple, so let's get her done. So there is a plastic like retainer on this stud of the holy crap, the stud of the shock. So I removed that just because I didn't want you guys didn't need to be watching a grown man play with a piece of plastic. But if you do want to watch that kind of stuff, link is in the bio for my never mind, just kidding, please. Oh, baby. Here we go. All right, there's the top strut mount. You see that? All right, let's get the other one. You guys might not be able to see on this part of it. I do apologize, but when we get down below, you'll be able to see a lot more of what I'm doing. Long story short, I'm basically taking a nut off the top of the strut, or shock. There we go. That's the other one. Yeah, and on these, there's only there's only one nut on top per strut. There you go, there's the other one. There we go. Take a little tension off. Okay, here we go. Now we just gotta pull these out. The only reason we're doing that is just so we don't, there's gonna be a little tension on these hoses, but it's not gonna be a lot. But I like to just take some tension off with the screw jack. And then once we get the new struts in, or shocks in, I drive it up into the strut, into where the shock goes into the body, and then I put a nut on top, so then I can't go any lower. All right. There we go. There we go. One shock. Here's the other one. See, this one was leaking a little worse. Shocks do come with new strut mount or shock mounts, so I gotta get this out of here. There we go. Careful, get that guy out, and this guy has to get out. Alright, one piece of it. There we go. Here's the other one. Nice. The new nuts. same thing on the other side. And when you're doing this, little tip, don't have it, for example, like that, your finger like this, where this will run straight into your finger and stab it. I always put it on the back here. Just keep it so you don't get your hand pinched or whatever, because we've all been there, and it is not fun. Here we go. Just like I was telling you guys before, we're going to replace these strut mounts, but before we lower the jack, I'm going to stick this nut up here and get it started. So then a stud of the strut or shock doesn't pop out when we lower this jack, so it stays lined up, and then B, it keeps all the tension on the shock itself, not the harnesses or wires or anything. This is just how I do it. It just makes it a little easier. All right, now we should be able to lower this. As you can see, it puts a little tension, but it's not like it's being held up by the harnesses or anything like that. So let's go back up top and tighten her down. I don't know about you guys, but I just love this truck. The black on black is absolutely beautiful to me. And then these top mounts, they can be kind of hard to judge just because they're rubber. So I usually torque them down. So the torque spec on these is 59 foot-pounds. There we go. Beautiful. Yeah, and these shocks will start rotating. If you have a thin wrench that will fit in there, I don't at that size. So I just use a channel locks. Whether it's right or wrong, that's kind of just what I have to do until I can get a thin enough wrench at that size. All right, like this one. There we go. Beautiful. And that is how you replace the shocks on your Super Duty. I appreciate you guys watching. Have a great day.